Okay, this is what your outlet should look like once it's properly wired and grounded. With this receptacle tester here, the same one that I've shown in the previous two videos, these two lights should be lit to green instead of the orange or amber color. And if these both ends are wired, both of these are lit with the green lights, that means that this outlet is properly wired and grounded. So again, just to kind of recap, this side of the outlet should be your neutral, which is the longer blade on a polarized plug or circuit. This shorter blade here is your hot wire, and this middle prong here, which is all the way to the bottom here, is your ground. If you have a let's say a metal box, or if your plate is metal, that should act as a ground. And your box should be properly grounded as well. If you have the old AC wiring, like I said, the old AC armor clad or BX cabling in your household, that should be nicely tighted and bonded with the box at the outlet, and also at the junction, and also too at the service panel. If neither of them are properly tightened, then you're going to have situations where you have an open ground circuit, which is not good for computers and sensitive electronics, such as home theater equipment or surge protectors and UPS backups for your computer or home theater system. Now, to test it, if you don't happen to have this multimeter, this receptacle tester, you can use a multimeter, which I've shown in previous videos. This is a Fluke 23 Series 2 multimeter, and if you wanted to test for proper polarity and grounding, you would simply do this. You take your two prongs here, doesn't matter which prong you use, you just want to test it to see if you getting proper polarity and proper grounding. So this side is your hot, so you want to stick your prong inside the hot side and just touch the screw, and it should go, or should read as 120 volts or 110 volts, 115 volts, depending on how many circuits you have on the line, if you have a branch circuit. Which tells me, one, this outlet is properly grounded and is in the proper polarity setup. Now, to test for polarity again, make sure that the electrical outlet is wired properly. You would simply take the same probe, put into the neutral side of the outlet, and then touch the box again, or the screw here, or this ground prong here. It should read less than 0, which tells me that this outlet is properly grounded and the polarity is correct on the receptacle. So that should be 0 or 0 point whatever negative value is, which means if there's something to happen to your electrical outlet and it needs something to go back to ground, or the least path of resistance, which is your ground circuit, and if anybody who's an electrician can correct me on the terminology, would tell you that you need a properly grounded outlet, so that if a shortage was to occur at the outlet, it should go back to ground and trip the breaker like how it's supposed to, and how a circuit breaker is supposed to. Even if it is correct and if it doesn't trip the breaker, that means you have a problem somewhere with your circuit breaker or the switch on the panel, and you may need an electrician to correct that issue as soon as possible before continuing, because anything else would damage your components and possibly set or cause fire or other electrical damage to your panel, which can be costly to repair. So have these two tools handy when you rent in an apartment, or you're buying a house, or you own a house and you happen to have some problematic receptacles, or why your computer and electronics are always breaking down for whatever reason. Well, it could be something as simple as your outlet and how it's properly wired. So this concludes this series, or this public service announcement, or the importance of having a properly grounded receptacle in your house, place of business, or an apartment. Thanks again for tuning in. If you have any questions or concerns, please leave it in the comment section below. I thank you for your time and your attention to this video, and have a great day. Take care.